Ladies and gentlemen, all rise for the RankKing's court.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are we tonight? It is Tuesday, 6:30 is the time of the day, and we're just sitting down to discuss the latest episode of the phenomenon known as the RankKing's court. We have Vobro himself, Votash, in the studio, and we also have one special guest of one of the many Gregs that we encounter, whether it's Skinny, Country Greg, Big Greg, Slim Jim Greg. All those are based on the actual Greg here. Well, Greg, we do have road. Of course. We do need you to start understanding what kind of accents are accents, though, because I have a feeling they're going to be. So, did we have a little bit of an issue on the sound, fella? We all good? Well, it is Australian, to say the least. But I appreciate why you would believe. It all depends. It may switch does most of my
Testing,
shtick.
testing. We're good.
Testing.
We're good. We're good.
Testing. Here we have sound. Vo looks handsome as usual.
Denny broke the sound.
Denny always breaks something, I feel like.
Denny, little bitch ass boy, Denny. All depends. Yes, but welcome, Greg. Welcome, Vo. We are here for Tuesday's RankKing's court. It feels good to be back, guys. Like, more or less the dressing and props and stuff. I didn't think I'd bring up another Hawaiian but now we have a topic that we have to discuss. We have to talk about last week's topic and how awesome I was predicting the NFL draft.
But not as awesome as someone else in your family.
Yeah,
as it turns out.
Who would that be? Awesome?
Yeah.
Was it Keaton? Ian?
No.
No?
No?
No. In fact, you know damn well, Bo, that you did better than Keaton.
I did.
I mean, everyone would do better than Keaton. Let's be real about that. But Austin, who did better than you? By the way.
Congratulations, father. My dad got 11 picks out of the 32 picks right in our mock draft competition. Derek would follow with 10, and then I would round about in third place with 8. So
it's not bad.
It's not like I was out of the competition by a long shot. I had
No, none whatsoever.
couple of picks I just wish would have swung my way.
Some off the wall picks. It always happens with the NFL draft, man.
Yeah.
How many did you get, Greg?
I think I had 7, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I had 7.
Greg and
I had
there were
5.
like 4 people tied for like 7.
Yeah, there was like a big grouping that was like in there too, so shit happens.
Yeah.
Always next year.
Yeah, sure.
Before we touch base on anything else in the NFL draft, or for what our topic is tonight, though, would you kindly hand Greg that
It's-
sheet of paper, as he will be
It's right there,
reading
Greg.
the RankKing's Court's ad read tonight.
I attempted, so full disclosure, I attempted to do this by memory a couple weeks ago on another show that I do, Two Beers Deep, that you can
Shout out.
that you can see now at 7 o'clock on Thursdays on twitch.tv. And I tried to do this entirely by memory, and I did pretty well, I must say, even though I was very much under the weather, and I had a hazy mind as this was going on as well. So just giving myself a nice little pat on the back for at least attempting that. But
There you go.
RankKing's
Good.
Court is live today from the Union Fitness Studios located on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. Union Fitness is more than a traditional gym. It's a place where you can transform yourself inside and out with a variety of classes based around fitness, yoga, strength, and performance training. At Union Fitness, they believe that it is their duty to hold themselves and their clients to a higher standard. They practice what they preach and uphold the values that make Union Fitness the community that it is. Go to unionfitness.com today to sign up for a consultation. Through Union, their strength.
I always
Very
get the wrong
delayed on the
ones up.
flex, boys. Very delayed.
No, we had it, but the camera's
So
always
what are you doing both?
doing
I
both.
only did both the one time because you weren't there. Gotta read some of the comments here. Shrek or Denny, fight me, Austin. You know what parking lot to find me in.
No,
Then
I
we
don't
have-
think he does. There's so many different parking lots.
If he knows me, he knows what parking lot it is.
Okay.
That's what
I didn't know you had a preferential parking lot, but hey, Ranking is his own animal, apparently.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I even graciously tried to offer to let the professor park in my driveway last Thursday.
yeah.
Didn't even want to. He
Didn't
just
want
he gung-hoed it completely past my house.
He's already there. I wasn't moving.
He was
Wasn't
he was
moving.
committed. He was very committed.
Then we have Zach 39 Russ. Zach Russell, thank you for watching again, sir. Says the next Schefter. Thank you very much, sir.
I mean, supposedly he's not going to be able to make it to next year's draft, so hey, they might need a spot for him.
Why is he not going to make it to next?
Apparently his kid's graduating the same weekend, so
Oh.
yeah. So that could be your chance,
Yeah,
Austin.
there you go, Austin.
Austin,
Step right in there.
Austin, we got to make this happen. We have a year to get you prepared for this.
I mean, you had 60% right from your draft predictions last
That's
week.
right. Let's go. Let's talk back at our predictions from last week. I did get 6 out of my 10 predictions correct for my top 10 draft predictions.
You know what? You know who else was drafted in the first round? Peyton Turner.
I bet he didn't deserve to be in the first round, but he sure as hell went.
Yes, he did.
The team that didn't even need him. Stupid Saints.
I love shotguns in my breezeway.
Austin, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
For any of the ones that you missed, which one did you want to come true the most? That
Ooh,
have been
I
Justin
actually
Fields?
adore that question. You know what? If Justin Fields, I mean, you saw it on the broadcast, I'm assuming if you watched, I was ecstatic when Philadelphia traded up.
I
because
felt
I thought that it was an opportunity to right everyone's wrongs.
I was
Say
sitting
so happy.
I was sitting next to him. I could feel the raw emotion just like coming off of him.
I just wanted Justin Fields to be in Philadelphia because that would be so funny to see how they would already give up on Jalen Hurts. But yes, some of these were a little bit easier than others to predict. I think the easiest one to predict, and that was what my number 10 was that Kyle Pitts would go in the first 5 picks.
Mm-hmm.
But it has happened before how certain individuals slide out of that spot. And we saw that with Penei Sewell, who was projected number 5 for a while, but finally went to your secondary team, Greg, at number 7, the Detroit Lions.
Steal of the draft. If anyone watched it on TV as well, the GM and the head coach, when they got Penei Sewell, leaped into each other's arms and hugged each other. They were so happy
So
that
happy
he
about
just
that.
one of the best tackle prospects that we have seen in a long time fell because everyone always overdrafts quarterbacks, and it worked out perfectly in this case. And it sucks that he's going to be protecting the most overrated quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion. But still, I'm just happy he's a Lion, and that's all I could ask for.
That's true. We went to my number 9, and this was a security blanket almost that the Bengals would take Terrace Marshall Jr. instead of Chase because I thought that they would have actually taken Sewell and then roundabout and took Marshall in the second round, being that he is also a receiver out of LSU. someone that Joe Burrow would be familiar with. Then you had my number 8, which I was very, very ecstatic when this happened. I just wish that Derek didn't put him at the end where he was supposed to be, which was Joe Tryon going in the first round.
Peyton Turner went over him.
He was the last pick in the first round, wasn't he?
Joe Tryon was, yeah. Well, yeah, he was. I had to remember which one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I originally, I think, had him as the Jets' second pick, which was way too high according to myself. But I at least got him in the first round. That's what I needed.
Did you just say according to yourself?
Well, yeah, I made the pick, didn't I?
According to your sources.
According to yourself. I need to use that in like everyday
According to
speeches
shit.
now. Yeah, something like
I'm
that.
surprised you don't already.
I know, right?
And then obviously we had my 2 misses back to back. Tevin Jenkins would be a Raider, and we also, we clearly saw that they reached again to take Alex Leatherwood. And
Right position. I'll give you credit for that.
With the right position, it's always the wrong guy. And the fact of the matter that I'll be putting out a blog here grading every single person's draft class. The Raiders will not be very high because they drafted not 1, not 2, but 3 safeties.
Professor Moorhead's grades at the end of the year are always a big deal. You get one night and you're ecstatic for it, but then it isn't complete until the entire class is done.
Hey, Deeks in the chat. He gifted a tier 1 subscription to Chipster17.
Hey, very much appreciative there, fella.
Congrats, Chip.
Congrats, Chip. We appreciate you.
Why are you not subbed already, Chip?
Oh, well.
You're not really one. You're not really one.
Hey, to be fair, I was.
To be fair,
and they ran out. I just didn't notice. But and then we had 4 picks that I had back to back to back to back. Jalen Phillips, I told y'all would be the first edge off the board. I think that was a very, very hot take at my point, but it worked. Then the Steelers, their first pick would be a running back. That was correct as well. And it was the right running back of choice. Then my number 3 was Devontae Smith will be the 3rd receiver off the board. I think that a lot of people were very clueless, not very much clueless, shocked when that happened. But given his size, I didn't think that he would have been. A lot of people were correct about Jalen Waddle going to Miami, because a lot of people were it's either Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith, and it ended up being Jalen Waddle. So, and finally, one that I changed last minute, and I'm still kicking myself for it, was that the 49ers drafted Trey Lance.
You actually picked Mac Jones in your mock?
I went against myself. I had Trey Lance the last 2 mock drafts to the 49ers. It still stings. It still does.
This is what happens when you go against your gut, Austin. You lose to your dad.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously the main one incorrect that I would have loved to see, the Philadelphia Eagles drafting Justin Fields. But obviously we know that Chicago pulled that out of their ass, and probably the best thing Chicago has done in years happened at the draft. So, but yeah, there it is. Holy mackerel. Vo, you got a lot of comments to read there, fella.
I don't know if I have to read all those.
Yeah, it's your show, Austin. Technically, you should be the one to kind of read those.
Yeah, you read them.
Yeah.
They're at you.
Yeah.
All I see is read the comments.
Huh.
I love my dad. Wait, ID, AGBB, or Geekoyan. Did he fucking just say that? Are you fucking kidding me, Austin? You literally want to sub your own show.
What language was that you just said right there? Just out of curiosity.
That was a made-up language.
That was made up? Okay.
Read the comments and Miss Morgan.
Read the comments.
Yeah. Technically you are reading. You just don't have to speak them. That's just common knowledge right there.
I just didn't want to make you look bad, Austin.
You know what?
Derek's yelling at you. I'm trying to be on your side here.
Austin could never look bad. Have you looked at the kid?
Look at that hat.
Yeah. Hawaiian shirt. The fact that you have multiple Hawaiian shirts too.
Ask, how many of those do you have?
Oh, I know damn well that he picks the actual ranking topics because he wants to break out the Hawaiian shirts in some way.
I have about
Not
6
a bad
Hawaiian
idea.
shirts that I got in my closet.
You got sick?
Not 6.
Derek said he'll be right back. Has to take his rent check next door.
Tell Shirley I said hi.
But yes, so that was our draft topics. And now let's get into tonight's topic, guys, because it's a simple one. Because tonight we're going to be talking specifically on the subject of animals. Whether that is how, normal animals like a cat or dog to the exotic and wild to animated animals
Okay.
you might not see. So, but I can tell that I think our great debate is going to be a very interesting one, to say the least.
Oh, for sure.
So
Derek redeemed a karaoke time, but I'm pretty sure he was the one that said on this show we don't do karaoke time.
Yeah.
We do impressions.
Yeah, we don't, so
So,
sorry.
yeah, so
So if you want to do like a
Want to-
Beyonce impression, maybe.
Yeah.
I would appreciate an impression geek. That's what we were
He-
doing for how long?
If it was Thursday, we would gladly do it, but
Yeah.
it's not Thursday.
He legit said that's what we do on this show. So
All right.
So let's start off with the first radical ranking. Radical ranking number 1. The animals I wouldn't want to scrap with.
this one's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I feel like though, wouldn't it be the majority of the animals you wouldn't want to scrap with?
You would probably say that. I mean, but there's a ton of animals depending on what they are that freak people out a little bit. And these are just the ones that I'm like, I'm out. Not doing it. Not even if I'm drunk. I'm not doing it.
How much would we have to pay you?
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, like what if they just show up at a parking lot?
Yeah,
and
so
you're
something like
there?
that. I mean, hell, if one was dropped from the sky, like in Mortal Kombat or something, and it just drops from the sky, and it's like,
Just in your parking lot.
yeah, it's like, and you just hear the battle music in the background just going nuts and ready
Well-
for it to hit the fan.
Well, at that point, I guess I gotta beer up and knuckle out to survive.
Mortal Kombat.
Love the Mortal Kombat reference because I believe I have a. If you take this hat into consideration, I have a combination of Raiden and Kung Lao's hats combined right here. So
Ah, secretly a weapon. I like it.
secretly a weapon.
Hmm.
Let's start off with number 5, the animals I wouldn't want to scrap with. Number 5, the ram.
From St. Louis or Los Angeles?
Good question.
I would say Los Angeles. I would say so.
I mean, I feel like St. Louis, there's not a lot going on there,
Yeah, I feel
so
like they'd be more angry.
they
Rams,
would be
so.
very angry. I feel like I wouldn't want to fuck with
The
one.
Rams in LA.
Here's my thing. I don't have the greatest knees at the age of 26, so
That's why he's
no
cleansing.
knee.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I know if I get hit in the knee once, it is literally like that old video. I don't know if you guys saw where the guy's riding his motorcycle in the mountains, and he's like driving away. He's like, "Oh look, the ram!" Like it's literally like just trying to butt heads with his bike. And I know for a fact if my knee gets hit once from a ram strike, I'm going down, and I know my knee is going to be backwards, completely like broken, and I'm going to be like, at that point, I'm already down. Like I'm already down. So then it's just like straight up, just keep ramming me until I'm unconscious at that point.
Austin, I feel like you described every Geico motorcycle commercial, though.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you kind of did.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
We have some
That's
comments here too, Austin.
Yeah.
Zach Russ says Rams may be sleepier in LA. Got to remember what is legal there.
Oh,
So you might have an advantage there. Chip
That's very
says Honey Badger better make the list, or this is going to be Black Parade all over again.
We do not want another Black Parade incident.
You'll never forget that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think at that point, as soon as my knee goes, it's gonna be that scene from The Simpsons where, "Don't stop, he's already dead." Like I feel like that's what's gonna be. So
Would you have to use a cane for the rest of your life, I'm assuming?
Greg, I don't even know if I'd make it out alive at that point. If it's like,
I'm-
I'd probably be in a wheelchair.
Hear me out, Austin. Canes are in now.
Are they?
I feel like they are.
Okay.
Come on, Austin with like a badass cane, like one of those like Ozzy Osbourne ones with a skull on top of it. Come on,
I could see that happening.
he
I could
could
see
he
that.
could pull that off. I'm just saying.
It's a dark, shadowy figure, like, in the corner with it. It's like, I've seen some things. I did some stuff.
I mean, your knee got taken out by a ram. Of course, you've seen some things. Come on, let's be real.
But let's move on to number 4, and this is all based on a pack mentality. Number 4, the animal I wouldn't want to scrap with, the wolf.
Doggy.
Yeah, it's just a nice little dog.
It's a lovely
not
little
gonna hurt
dog.
you.
Yeah.
I've seen, and Derek can take this from when we watched the film that he continues to mention that I showed him to this day, which is The Breed, which was a movie of a whole bunch of people get stuck on an island and are terrorized by very intelligent dogs and wolves. And I've seen these things rip people apart essentially just because they were bored. It's just like, oh, look at that nice traveler over there. You know, I really like his khakis. I thought that would be really nice as dentures in my mouth.
Yeah, that's exactly what a wolf is gonna think.
Huh. Would have never thought as dentures and khakis go hand in hand. Yeah, that's interesting.
They
Yeah.
they like khakis. Didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, I could understand the braces perhaps on that one, but no, that's just like that's really floppy. All that. Think about that.
I mean, I've seen different. There was another movie that I saw. I think it was called Frozen. I don't know if you guys have seen it, and it's not the Frozen that you're thinking of. It's not.
Okay.
Okay.
I was thinking of that one.
I would too. I mean, I don't really remember a wolf singing "Let It Go," but that could be me. I might have been drunk or something.
Drunk
the
watching
movie
Frozen.
depicts-
Possibly, yeah.
The movie depicts 3 teenagers that get stuck on a ski lodge raft going up, and they weren't supposed to be on there. They were supposed to have left. So the guy forgot about it and went home, and they ended up getting stuck there for the entire weekend. And to survive, the guy actually jumped off and ended up trying to see if he could go for help. Well, he broke both his legs when he hit the floor and was then immediately surrounded by like 7 wolves that like ripped him to pieces. And I was like, just another reason I don't want to screw with these things.
I mean, in terms of wolves, like the only one that I could think of that would be terrifying would be the one from An American Werewolf in London, but that's just me.
It's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to number 3, the jaguar.
I don't know, man. They've been hapless for years now. I mean, I get it. Like they have a billionaire behind them with like a amazing mustache and all that, but a
Yeah.
mustache can only take you so far. I'm just saying.
They have Trevor Lawrence now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I mean, for me personally, a jaguar is about as ruthless as you can get when it comes to the cats. Not only, I mean, like you have your tigers, you have your lions and everything, but these things are fast. Like they're faster than those ones. Like maybe perhaps I could outrun another one of those other things, but no.
Here's a question. Austin, if you were, let's say you had to race a jaguar around the world, and you had a halfway head start, think you'd win?
Do I have any training prior to this?
I will give you like a little bit of training to say that you could run at a solid pace.
To better myself and put that on my resume, I will gladly say yes. I think I could.
Look at him getting some ego on him. All right.
That's a
Well, I have
Zach
to turn,
asked a
all-
fair
all I have to
question.
do-
That's a lot of cleansing he would have to do, but still.
Zach asked, "How is the jaguar getting across the oceans?"
That's true.
How are you?
Austin
How are you gonna cross the oceans?
Michael Phelps.
I could swim. At least I think. I don't think they could swim. As long as they get to the ocean and go out a little bit, I think I'll be fine.
Have you ever seen a jaguar attempt to swim?
I have not. I have also not
See?
seen I have not seen a lion swim out and eat a tuna. It's a great.
You never know. They might meet a whale friend, jump on its back.
Yeah.
And that's how they get across.
Yeah, exactly. It's very possible. Like
It's
for
happened before.
we have actually never seen the full capabilities of a jaguar.
Yeah.
Even it's very possible
Very
they can
true.
know how to swim.
Yeah, man. I mean, just don't like. I wouldn't want to mess with them. I don't know too much about them other than the fact that they are speedy little teeth demons, and I want no part of it.
Did you say little teeth demons?
Little teeth demons.
Little teeth
Yeah.
demons.
Say
You know
that.
what? If they had Trevor Lawrence's hair, I might be a little less afraid of them, or worse. I don't really know yet. One thing I will know is that I'm scared of this. I'm scared of this thing more than a jaguar, based on certain videos. Number 2, the kangaroo.
I'm gonna assume you saw Kangaroo Jack and had a nightmare.
My name is Jackie Legs, and I'd like to say hello.
Great Canadian accent, bud.
Nailed it.
No, I've seen the videos of kangaroos just like putting. I saw the kangaroo put the dog in a headlock. I don't know if you guys saw that video. And
I
its
didn't see
owner
that
literally
one.
went up to it and like punched it in the face, and it like stood up and was like, "All right, all right."
Okay,
give up."
fuck kangaroos then. Dog abusers much.
Oh, they are aggressive little shits. And
Yeah, definitely.
Could
you
you
think-
could you take the Joey by chance?
I don't know, Greg. I honestly don't know.
Now that's a fight I would love to see. Austin versus a Joey.
I feel like it would like sit on its tail and then just hit my knee, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going down.
He's really stressing about that knee.
Yeah, he's Austin. You're basically admitting to everyone on Twitch that you have a bad knee, and basically it's your weak point.
Yeah. Find Austin in the
Like,
parking lot,
it's not
take
like
out
I
his
skipped
knee.
leg day. It's not like I skipped leg day. I just know for a fact that I can crack my knee basically backwards, and it's the greatest feeling in the world. But then I'm like, I shouldn't be able to do this.
Yeah.
All right, lesson for everyone on Twitch. If you ever want to take Austin down or just want to attack him in some sort of way, just get a baseball bat, try to bash both kneecaps and see which one hurts worse, and which one hurts worse, and then you'll have your answer for you.
Which one flips around?
Yeah, exactly. Which one basically goes like from forward and then just goes all the way back.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Um,
If you're a
and-
kangaroo and listening, we got you covered.
Or a Joey. Or a
Or
Joey. Yeah.
I mean, if you're a kangaroo listening, Bo has instigated that he can kick all your asses and will locate you to the nearest parking lot for you to brawl with one Ryan Boto.
Now that I would pay money to see.
You're the one fighting them, though. Not me.
I'm saying that I wouldn't want to scrap with any of these. Your length of this has no concern.
Why am I not surprised that Bo's the instigator and Austin's the one that's taking all the heat? I mean, you are a
Yeah.
goon in hockey, so it makes sense.
It happens.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And then finally, our number 1. I just recently saw this at the zoo. Notice how huge it was. I was like, yeah.
Not messing with
Not
that.
messing with it. And that is the gorilla at number 1.
Recency bias with Kong by chance, or nah?
Perhaps, Greg. Perhaps.
That's what I figured.
I looked when I was at the gorilla exhibit, and I was like, oh, that's a cute baby. Oh, like that's a nice mom. And I looked over, and said, holy shit, that thing is big.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my! Like it was. I just saw its head.
Yeah, his head is
Head alone
huge.
was like as big as like one of the rocks. It was.
Yeah,
It's up.
it's like a boulder for a head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, nah.
I feel-
Mm-mm.
I feel like I know the reason why you'd be afraid of this one. Posable thumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's gonna use those opposable thumbs to rip my thumbs off, and then I'm gonna be like, no thumbs. No thumbs.
What would be worse, losing your thumbs or having your kneecap go inside out?
Oh, losing my thumbs definitely. What
All right.
the hell am I gonna do? I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to pick up a pencil like this,
Can't
so I
really-
won't do it.
You can use your other fingers, Austin. It's not that difficult.
I wouldn't want to learn, Greg. I wouldn't want to learn when I already have thumbs. So.
Wonder if he could go an entire day without using his thumbs.
You should try it.
Yeah,
It'd be tough.
that'd be a hell of a challenge.
It'll be interesting.
Even just try to pick up your can without your thumb.
Yeah. Try to pick that up. Just keep your thumb out the entire
No, I was
time.
talking to you.
Oh,
try
me?
it.
Yeah.
It's tough.
So,
Rest
what I
my
would say
case.
before we move on to the next one, is there a specific animal that you guys know for a fact you wouldn't want to go to war against?
Probably a polar bear.
Yeah.
I've seen them at the Pittsburgh Zoo. They do not look pleasant.
No, they look fun.
Out of their element, I would not want to be around that. Well, here's the other thing too. In their element, I'm gonna be freezing my nuts off, which is like a big problem right there. So already I'm at a disadvantage because I'm cold.
Gotcha.
So if I then have to be forced into an altercation with one, I'm basically screwed because I'm gonna have hypothermia, and I'll have claw marks like across my chest.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like any bear would be one that you don't want to mess with. And for Chip's sake, I'll say the honey badger.
Because it don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And Austin, I don't know if you see his comment, but he said Black Parade, Gin and Tonic, Wendy's, and now the honey badger.
So much.
So many.
So much wrong.
I don't know if Chip is going to be my rival for this going forward. I just
And
don't.
Tasmanian Devil is a good one.
That's an interesting one, yeah.
Interesting one.
But all right, let us catch our stakes and move on to Radical Ranking number 2. All right, guys, so field trip time. I'm going to take you guys back to middle school science because right now we are going to talk about the top animal types.
I hated science.
Really?
Yeah, I was a social studies kid.
I had hit or miss with science at some points.
Yeah.
Like, I thought biology was cool. But then aside from
some parts
but then, like, other than that, yeah, chemistry sucked. Physics, I was like
lost. Yeah.
Lost.
Same.
I mean, I cheated off of people in class all the time. That was just because.
Go ahead, Austin. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, we just had a science discussion.
Side convo.
Side convo.
No, I liked science basically, I would say, until like maybe the end of 6th or 7th grade, because then we started getting into like biology, chemistry, and all I really wanted to do was talk about animals.
Wasn't it like what was it like the line for animals? It's like kingdom, phylum, order, class, species. Yeah, I can't remember the line for that, but yeah, I do remember learning.
There was like an acronym for it.
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous. I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember what I had for dinner last night.
Well, that's because of all those concussions you've had, man. Come on.
Again, it's possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I too, though, like yourself, I was a social studies guy after that. But for a while, science was my thing. And these were the reasons why, man. I mean, these animal types, I was like, dude, I want to learn more about these. Why can't we just learn about these? So let's start off with number 5, the top animal types, number 5, mammals.
Mammals.
Kind of the lamest ones when you think about it.
I think about it, man. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we're mammals, and I hate most people. So.
Yeah.
Fair.
I'm not surprised by that at all, Austin.
Yeah, monkeys are awesome though. They're probably the best mammal.
Did you pick monkeys because you liked watching them throw poop?
Yeah.
I kind of figured.
All the
Yeah.
time.
You do strike me as someone that enjoys poop throwing.
I'm not a big self-defeces guy. I'm not of the poop throwing. But I just picked monkeys just because. But there's multitudes of mammals out there. For a while, I was like is it the humpback whale? That's a mammal?
Yes, because it has to come up for air.
Yeah, and I was just like, I argued for so long. I was like, that's a damn fish. It's not a mammal. It literally has fins. It's in the water. And then my teacher was like, no, it's a mammal.
Austin, you strike me as the dude that would put a sign on a table and would say that a humpback whale is a fish, change my mind, and then people will come up to you and start arguing with you.
I would love it.
That's a great idea for a graphic.
I think that's a new thing for Austin. We're gonna have this. Is what we'll do. We'll have Austin with a trash ass statement. sitting there for everyone to want to come up and either punch him in the face or have an argument with him. We're going to highly encourage the argument, but if the punching does occur, we'll ask for a donation for that.
Oh, man.
I mean, hell, that's a moneymaker right
is a
there. I
moneymaker.
mean, I'm just saying.
I get that, man.
Yeah.
We'll move to number 4, amphibians.
Now we're getting to the good shit.
Look at that cute little frog.
I saw like a bunch of frogs at like the in the aquarium. There's that little thing where it's just like the poison toe frogs.
Those dudes
Oh,
are
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
It was like one of them has the venom to kill like 10 people, and I'm like, why is this next to me? Why am I literally right next to this thing? I need to back up.
Because they're trying to tempt you to be like, to touch it, but then you'd want to be like, I'm not
Break
touching
the
you.
glass.
I'm not touching you, and all that.
Seems like a violation. I don't know.
Every time I think of an amphibian, I think of Hypnotoad.
I think of I don't know why, but I think of Pokemon Toxicroak. I always think of for an amphibian.
All that.
But I mean,
I
yeah,
don't have
you have
any.
certain frogs and all those different little subspecies of amphibians. And who could forget the? I don't know if he's a. Is the gecko technically a lizard or is it an amphibian? I need to research that. I should.
I would guess lizard.
Whatever he is, all I know is that he's saving 15% Geico, man.
A lot of
15
insurance talk today.
15
Free ads on the rank.
Yeah, lot of insurance talk today. Yeah, you can always get that. Everyone, always make sure that you have homeowners insurance. Just saying.
Otherwise, it'll fly away like our number 3, birds.
Bird. Shut up, bird.
Bird! Baka! Which, for a long
Stupid Tweety
time,
bird.
people have actually argued with me that birds are not real and that they are robots built by the government to spy on us.
I mean, have you seen how many pigeons gathered together in grocery store parking lots? I mean, I feel like you would
Just
agree.
downtown.
Yeah, I mean, come on,
That's
that's
First Avenue garage there.
I would challenge that of like, why are robots shitting on my car then all the damn time?
well, they want to
But
see
that's
how
they
you
track
react.
you.
They want to see how you react to it because then they want to see if you're a menace to society or not.
Yeah.
I'm always.
Do you know people that actually think that about birds though? Like
Oh yeah, no. There are actual people that I know that are 100% like birds are not real.
Yeah, I've heard of people like that, but I don't think I know anyone that actually believes that.
I don't know if I want to hang around the people that Moorhead hangs around with now.
It's enjoyable. I mean, you get to see crazy shit every day, man.
I mean, I get crazy shit enough every Thursday on twitch.tv at 7 o'clock now, new time this week.
Nice little shout out.
Thank you.
Number 2, fish.
Fish.
I love eating fish. I'll give you that. Love sushi. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Sushi, I've grown to love more and more, right? Like, but fish in general, we always joke about this on most of the time, on either on here or on Two Beers Deep, that the ocean is still vastly unexplored, like immensely. So I love discovering new creatures under the ocean, as long as I'm like nowhere near the ocean.
I mean, hell, we can discover a jaguar swimming across it at some point, so yeah.
I almost watched a pufferfish like expand when I was at the zoo because a kid literally walked up to the thing, was just
tapping the glass.
like out, and in my head I was like, don't do it. Just like it wanted to, it was just like, and I was just like, oh, we gotta go. I'm not witnessing fish murder here.
Didn't that happen in Finding Nemo?
Yeah, the Darla.
The tap on the glass. Yeah, Darla.
So this thing just like swelled up when it got mad, basically. Essentially.
Greg, all I know is shark bait. Ooh,
Huh. Well, I was gonna say, I mean, that basically describes you pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happens.
Yeah. I mean,
If I was a fish, I'd be Dory.
yeah. All the concussions, man, they're coming back to you, bite you in the ass.
God.
don't even know if I had a confirmed concussion.
Oh, bullshit. You've had
So
concussions.
you had just 6 unconfirmed concussions?
Maybe
Yeah.
just 6 unconfirmed.
I've had 6 concussions. Yeah. And finally, at number 1, my personal favorite. At one point, I wanted to be a person that studied these animals, reptiles.
I thought you were gonna say you wanted to be a reptile.
Who says it?
I was gonna say, is this why you're kind of giving off the vibe of what you always wanted to be right now, with the accent and the hat and all that?
Well, for a while, I think that was my first ever career choice that I wanted to do. Is I wanted to be a herpetologist, study reptiles, and then I was like, well, I mean, that's cool and all, but then I decided I wanted to be an oceanographer. And then I was like, shit, you need a lot of chemistry grades to do well, unless I can't do that. And then I was like, you know what? History teacher sounds good.
Okay, there you go.
But this was like my first ever like ideal dream, so to speak. Like I wanted to study different snakes, different lizards and everything. I wanted to be the crocodile hunter and be like, look at the size of this goddamn thing. It's so bloody big. Don't get too close to it. Poke it with a stick.
That Korean accent is beautiful. Just gonna say.
He's nailing all the accents.
He really is. Yeah. Also, I love the flow chart too of going from a herbologist to an oceanographer and now history teacher. It just goes so.
That's how it works.
It goes so perfectly.
You gotta have different backup plans, man. That's how. Life throws you different curveballs, you know? You just gotta act on it.
You never know what's inside.
It's like a Wonder Ball.
Bro, I love those things.
They were so
Just saying.
The world may never know.
good. The world may never know.
Boy, we're just like combining so many of the different chocolate ones. Those are not like on point at all.
It's funny that you mentioned combining, Greg, because now we hit off to our great debate. Here we go, boys. The great debate is that we have to combine 2 animals into 1 animal and have that animal essentially be able to beat each other's animals.
You're basically asking me to have a real life polymerization, is what you're saying.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
This is we are Jesus taking the wheel right now. We are slapping down that polymerization on the dual disc, and we are playing God right now. The ability to create a creature of unimaginable power.
You better have the fusion card of the creature actually on hand, or else you're cheating. Just throwing that out there. Just saying.
I got the idea because naturally I have a game that I've been experimenting with as of lately that I wrote a blog about, Impossible Creatures, in which you could combine 2 animals into 1, and you could make about 6 to 9 of them, I believe, and make an army, and have that army compete against other armies, either online or it's sort of like a World of Warcraft thing that I really much enjoyed. So I got the idea and decided, since we're discussing animals, let's play God and make our own and see which one has the ability to kick each other's asses. So what I need the chat to do right now is I need it to decide the draft order.
Someone pick the order.
Favorite part of the night.
We really are, yeah. Participation from the people. Gotta love it. Austin, just a quick question, by the way, about the topic for today's show. Was this topic chosen low key because a friend of yours didn't invite you to the zoo?
It can be that way, I guess.
Nah, it definitely was not.
I feel like it kind of was. I feel like Austin picked this topic to show how much he loves animals and to show how knowledgeable he was, to spite the person that did not invite him to the zoo.
I never went to the
My
zoo.
girlfriend and I went, and we had a wonderful time. Then Chip has decided the order. It will be myself, Greg, and then Bo.
Okay.
Always gotta go last. Love it.
It's fine. I'll take it.
So I will go first, and I will pick probably my main that I do every single time. It's in every single one of my armies that I do. I will combine a gorilla and a crocodile.
Okay.
I will have the body of the gorilla straight up, all four arms, body, and then a crocodile tail and a crocodile head. That way, number one, it is both land and sea, and still has his opposable thumbs that can literally pick up something and literally destroy it with the brink swift act of its jaws.
Okay.
Okay. So is it so just out of curiosity then, is it cold-blooded and warm-blooded, or would it be one or the other in this case then?
Cold-blooded brain, warm-blooded animal, I would say. That's actually a good question, Greg, because a lot of times crocodile is cold-blooded, gorilla is warm-blooded. How would it work? I think that the cold-blooded infusion with the head would be able to keep the entire body steady with it, but also being that it was warm-blooded, it can survive on land in like murky conditions or just dry conditions at that. So yeah,
Not bad.
That's it's my main. I do it for every single army I have for impossible creatures, and because it's virtually not unstoppable, but it's pretty badass to say the least. So, Greg, you are up for your animal combination. What are you picking?
Thinking about this a little bit, and already I'm thinking I want cheetah as my first one because I love the speed aspect of it. But then I need something that is going to be effective with regards to hurting someone. It'd be painful. So I'm going to throw this out there just because you actually put the idea in my head when I brought up the polar bear. Give me a cheetah's body with a polar bear head and feet. And the reason I say that is because I feel like even though the feet are going to be the size of the polar bear, the body of the cheetah is still going to have the motion down to be able to use its speed accurately, to be able to come up on that. And then you essentially have the head of the polar bear, which is huge enough, also vicious enough, by the way, because let's be real, cheetahs, even though they are cats, and I'm not a cat person, they still are kind of cute.
Yeah.
Little cute in a weird way.
Yeah.
Polar bears, I don't think so.
Polar bears are cute.
That's
The zoo are.
that's
Nice and friendly.
that's debatable.
I like the idea, Greg. I just hope that the legs or the feet of the cheetah, when it pounces or when it runs, is not the reason why it runs fast. You know, because
I would. My mindset is basically kind of like my mindset is kind of like it'll leave bigger footprints, yes, but because the way mechanically the body is set up, I feel like it would be able to still get off the way that it does. It'll just have a much more aggressive landing, basically, when it comes down.
So, like your question, I will rebuttal with a question.
Go ahead.
Polar bears normally don't survive other than in cold temperatures. So is this being in fact
Choked on my water, yeah, sorry.
is this being similar thing to me where the head is the only thing that will suffer, being that it's in, or that will adapt in cold and suffer in warm, or what's going on with that?
Kind of the same mindset a little bit, but Jesus, went down like the wrong pipe, yeah. Sorry. But it would be like the same type of mindset here. But I would also be willing to bet that this animal will be close enough to water, whereas with the water and its capabilities, it'll be able to use it as a means to kind of cool itself down when it needs to and still be able to survive in the jungle slash, outback type of environment that we all see cheetahs thrive in anyway.
There you go.
I dig that. Greg, take a little bit of a break. Make sure you drink your water down the
The right pipe.
And Bo, you are up. You cannot use any of the 4 animals listed.
Real quick, just want to put this out in the chat. Chipster brought up the honey badger and a Komodo dragon
That would be a good one.
as an interesting thing. Chip is very, very heavy on the honey badger type reference on here.
Honey badger through and through.
Do you have an opinion about the honey badger there, Austin? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, it's an okay animal. I don't think it's
Just okay.
Just okay.
Huh.
Honey badger got. That's all I'll say.
All right.
And Bo, you are up. Like I said, you cannot use anything of the gorilla, crocodile, cheetah, or polar bear. You are up for
Okay.
your
Those would be considered the species,
Yeah.
if you will. The species.
So I can't use a leopard, or could I?
And you could use a leopard
Okay.
technically. It's not a cheetah. So
Because I was gonna go with a spider and a leopard. A leopard that has 8 legs, like a spider,
Okay.
has spider legs basically, and can shoot webs, and the bite of the leopard has like a venomous bite.
So then the back of it would be the spider then, because that's how spiders shoot legs. Spiders shoot webs with like
They shoot
the.
legs.
Sorry, they shoot webs with like their back technically.
Yeah, but
Oh.
it has the speed of a leopard.
Okay.
So
you just frightened Derek to the point where I don't know if he'll be back on the show for a while.
right, it would be pretty frightening.
The only
Just
issue
imagine it moving.
The only issue I have with that is spider legs, like, they don't go like all in like a same formation. They're very all over the place. So
Yeah.
if you add the speed to it, it would be terrifying. But I feel like they would trip over themselves very easily.
So
It's
Bo,
a lot
I
of
like
practice, Greg. A lot of practice.
That's a lot of practice. I will give you that. Yeah.
I like your pick, Bo. I would maybe have adjusted a little bit more to the point where I would say give it like the stinger of the spider at the end and give it a spider head and the body of a leopard, because then it has the speed
Yeah.
of a leopard and it also
It
has
has
the
its
ability to,
creepy spider like face.
Well, if you're bringing up the stinger, then I would have gone the route of making it a scorpion then.
Spider
Well,
scorpion.
that's-
No, scorpion leopard. Have like
Nah.
have the body and the feet of the leopard, but then the tail of the scorpion and maybe the face.
But I wanted the webs. That's
You
why I
want the
went
webs,
spider.
okay?
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
you. Big web,
Because the
big web
reason-
guy apparently.
Big
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 reason I say
spider
that,
leopard
though-
web.
Big spider web guy. Morgan,
Yeah.
that's a little hint for you.
Big reason I say that, Bo, is because with the face and the
fangs.
the jaws,
Yeah.
they secrete poison, which is be a huge advantage. But Greg, I was wondering with yours, because when you said cheetah, there's also an animal I've created multiple times in Impossible Creatures where I combined a cheetah and a scorpion, and I would use essentially the entire body of a cheetah, but I would have a scorpion tail.
See, that would work very well.
Yeah.
I could get with you that. The scorpion is something that I feel like we kind of missed on a little bit just because of the fact we forget. That's a lethal motherfucker, especially if it's a poisonous one as well.
Also, and then I would put the claws on the cheetah as well.
Not crazy about that because you're basically taking away
It's speed.
its speed then from that. Yeah.
It would still have all 4 legs.
So you would add 4 legs
and
and the hand
claws.
and claws.
But yeah, you're able to add the claws separately onto it.
I don't know how that would work well with speed though, because like yeah, you have your legs, but then you also have like just for like aerodynamic purposes, you got like an entire claw that's like chilling out the entire time, like, and you would be like you moving the claws also like as you're running.
It has one
It
claw
would
and then
be a
a leg.
stability thing, to say the least. But
It
yes,
says one claw.
Basically, yeah.
But let us know in the comments. We'll put the graphics up at some point of who won this. And I mean, I have a literal combination of a goddamn gorilla and crocodile that can stomp.
Yeah,
beat
that's
you.
real creative.
Yeah.
That hasn't been done before.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like you're rehashing something that you've done multiple times, Austin.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I'll say.
Huh.
Yeah. I had a funny one too. If you want to hear that.
Yeah, I'll hear your funny one. Go ahead.
'Cause you know, how people say like when pigs fly, like they use that expression all the time.
Yeah.
So I was thinking a pig and a goose, because geese are fierce. They're angry little buggers.
What sound would it make? Would it mostly make a pig like a pig squeal, or would it make like a geese like?
I think it would make a pig squeal,
Huh. I wonder-
and you would call it a poos.
Oh my god.
Look out! It's a poos.
It's a poos. And they fly in the flying V formation.
Oh my god.
Just imagine that.
All right,
Just
we're gonna
imagine.
take a quick commercial break.
It's like
here.
Dave Karp and Goldberg in the flying V on us. I love it.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break here and be right back with the official ranking to end the night.
Hi, I'm Josh. I like pizza. Do you like pizza?
When the moon hits your eyes like a big pizza pie.
We've let it coagulate. Show Greg, king of coagulation there.
Coagulation is key.
Homemade Greek ranch.
Do you like watching people eat pizza? Help me, because I'm on the quest to find the best pizza in Pittsburgh.
Hand-forged pizza. Vita Vici. That's amore.
Make sure you're sending in your recommendations for the best pizza in Pittsburgh, because I'm gonna go, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna hold it to my standards.
It's the aftertaste is the barf. It's where the barf comes
Oh
in.
yeah. I agree. It's bomb pizza.
Can your favorite pizza place pass the test? Find out.
Fact of before I was rudely interrupted. When my friends and I have indulged in some beverages, we always discuss how many turkeys we would be able to kill in a coordinated turkey attack of unlimited turkeys. And a lot of it comes down to if you have weapons or if you don't have weapons. And if I don't have weapons, I'm taking 2 turkeys and I'm breaking their necks over my knees, my weak knees, which hopefully will not break my knees.
Yeah, you might
Yeah,
break
yeah,
your
I was
knee
gonna
after
say
that.
there's no way that's gonna work
What
out
we
well
usually
for you.
do At that point is nunchucks to counteract any other turkey coming near.
Huh.
I don't think that's gonna work, but
I never realized how gory Austin was until I came on this show. I'm starting to understand a lot of the rankings that you drop every Thursday on Twitch.tv at 7 o'clock.
If I'm gonna die by the hands of a turkey, at some point, I'm not going down without swinging. So
Have you thought about dying from a turkey because of how much turkey you eat on Thanksgiving?
I've thought about dying from a turkey about 2 times a week.
Really?
Usually a thought that presents itself, but it's there 2 times a week.
Huh.
I have a question for you, Austin.
Sure.
If you're being attacked by turkeys and you needed an animal sidekick, who would you take?
Huh. I would probably pick something so, probably juicier and meatier than myself. They'd be like, oh, look, there's that. Let's attack that instead.
Using it as a decoy. Wow. Some friend.
Smart. Hey, it never had to be my friend. You just said if there was an animal.
That's true.
That's
companion.
true. He did say that. He's basically the decoy.
This is the person that constantly throws Yoshi into the ground.
I would just...
Five.
I mean, if you're going that route, you might as well just make it Iago the entire time so he could fly around and annoy the turkey.
But yes, as we got sidetracked for a second, we're back with our top 10 of the night. The top 10 animal sidekicks, which Bo incorporated into that. I enjoyed that.
That's what I was trying to go for, but
These are animals that are mostly animated, but also companions in specific realms. So this isn't going to be the animal type itself. This is going to be the name and essentially where it's from. So
Gotcha.
let's start off with number 10, Toto from The Wizard of Oz.
I don't consider Toto a sidekick.
Yeah, like
Like,
You don't
it's
consider
just
Toto a sidekick?
Toto's just
It's a
there.
nice little dog, but like, what does Toto do in the movie?
Toto's literally just there for dramatic effect.
Protects Dorothy, dude.
Does it though?
Dorothy has three like companions around her that should theoretically be enough for her.
Should, but it's not. Because if we were going that route, I would have picked Lion from this, but Lion was I can't do it. So
He's practiced that one a lot, I could tell.
definitely
Yeah,
did.
he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
since you two are a little butthurt about that one, we'll move on to number 9.
Just a dumb one.
I'm just saying. I don't
Yeah,
know, there's a lot more out there.
this isn't that's
But
not a good
we'll
one.
see how the rest of them.
Yeah, maybe we'll
So.
change.
Number 9, Abu from Aladdin.
Now this is a sidekick.
Yeah.
I can completely understand the sidekick on this one. Always by Aladdin's side. Always helps out when Aladdin's in trouble.
Helps him steal.
Helps
him out of
helps
trouble.
him steal. Stole the lamp from Jafar too. I mean, now Abu is one that is useful.
I mean, you're arguing in a sense of like animated versus actual. So I get you with that monkey
God.
is able to do all these different types of shit. Like he's able to steal. He's able to be like, ow! Like all that. Like I totally get it, man.
What did Toto do though? Just pull back the curtain? That's pretty much all he did
Yeah.
in the
Hey,
movie, right?
that's a big plot hole. That's a big plot point, goddammit. Don't you just
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Uh.
if you would have said that, then I would have agreed with that.
pay no attention between the man behind the curtain. But yeah, Abu's there. I mean, he's Aladdin's ride or die, so to speak, before Genie and Carpet come along. So, I mean, that's how it is. Number 8, Call Me, Beat Me If You Want to Reach Me, Rufus, Kim Possible.
Man, Rufus should be higher.
I don't think so.
Rufus is awesome. You're out.
Yeah,
Man.
look at those shades.
I mean, come on. He has a rap song after him. Come on. I mean, that alone deserves to be higher. Also helped invent the Nako. Let's be clear about that.
Do enjoy a Nako.
Who does not love a Nako? Like, I feel like Nakos are one of the greatest inventions that we've ever heard.
Let's go where Nako is. Let's go where Nako is.
Chipper in the chat, Toto was the first therapy animal. You're not far off on
that's
that
not
one.
wrong, then.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
far off on that. That makes a ton of sense when you think about it.
Yeah, number 8. I think Rufus is where he needs to be, honestly.
Yeah, that's a solid pick for him.
Rufus has also saved the world multiple times by being able to click buttons, and was also a genius at one point too.
That's true. Number 7, one that not a lot of people talk about, Marty from Madagascar.
I don't know too much about this one.
So, if you had thrown the penguins
Oh,
on here,
They're not really
that,
sidekicks,
then I would have been all about that.
but they're not really sidekicks. They're essentially lone wolves. So to speak.
They play an important role though, man. Like
they had their own TV show.
I am all about some Kowalski in my life. Kowalski's awesome. Private's also cool too.
I was more of a Rico guy.
You strike me as a Rico guy. I'm not surprised.
But, I mean, Marty helped out with everything. Like, the Penguins were just trying to do their own damn thing. So I wouldn't necessarily say the Penguins would be a sidekick. More or less doing their own thing, man.
You know what they are? They're anti-heroes. I'll give you that. The Penguins are anti-heroes. All right.
Just like we didn't see anything. We'll move on to number 6. A little bit of throwback. Salem, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Good pick. I used to love this show.
Like, when you think sidekick, most of the time you think adventure and everything, but this is one of the first like comic relief animals
Mhm.
that are given to us, right? Salem is funny as hell in this show. So funny.
Yeah, I was always hit or miss on Sabrina, but there were times Salem was entertaining. I will give you that. It's
That-
actually not bad.
That was one of the shows like when you got home from school, you put on. It was like ABC Family or whatever it was back then.
Though, don't even. You went outside as a kid, remember?
Yeah,
You
that's
didn't-
true. Yeah,
True.
yeah. You have no culture in you because
We
of
had a
that.
projector up outside. We put it on after
Oh,
school.
and what I will say, I mean, essentially Salem brought out what most people think about cats, man. That they're sassy little shits.
They are.
Do what they want, and they don't care what anybody thinks.
You're correct.
And, you know, I'm not a cat person. That's just how I am.
Me either, Austin. If I could, I would just want all cats to disappear.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Forever.
Austin, do you remember like how he became a cat? Because I can't remember that.
I don't know. He was cursed for something.
Yeah.
I think.
Because like
Didn't he insult a witch or something like that?
I don't remember.
might-
I thought it was like he insulted like a high-ranking witch or some shit like that.
Because I keep thinking it's the cat from Hocus Pocus too.
Yeah,
I keep like switching back.
yeah. I
stories.
understand that one.
Let's move on to our number 5. Everyone's favorite owl, Hedwig, Harry Potter.
This is too high, Austin.
Too high for this?
Too high. Yeah.
This was Harry's companion for so many movies.
Yeah. Listen, Hedwig had one like huge role. It was at the very end when he saved Harry's life, like when they were trying to leave Dursley Lane. I understand that, but aside from that, Hedwig does nothing.
I mean, you don't think an animal sacrificing itself to save its...
I'm not arguing that, Austin, but what I'm saying is like he had one important scene in 8 movies. Like, come on.
I think he's there as a side of to show what the wizarding world can be for pets. I think that's a really good idea that we have an owl that is bonded so well.
I mean, I will give you this. Like, if I remember correctly, it was an owl, a cat, or a toad for pets you were allowed to have at Hogwarts, and I probably would have preferred an owl. I will give you that.
Yeah, I don't know why people would do like rats and whatever, but you know what? That's them, not me.
Morgan says Winnie the Pooh better be on the list.
What if it was on a sidekick?
It's not, if anything, Piglet would be, and that's not even
Yeah. No.
number 4.
No, shutting that one down.
Everyone's favorite crab under the sea, Sebastian, Little Mermaid.
See,
Wouldn't Flounder be the?
That's what I was
yeah,
gonna
like
say.
wouldn't
No, I
Flounder
get
be
it.
the
No,
sidekick?
Flounder is there, but what does Flounder essentially do? Sebastian's the one like giving life advice. And all this
Flounder's
other shit
there by
Yeah,
her,
like
on,
that rabbit.
on her side the whole time.
Yeah, like I mean, Sebastian is technically more Poseidon's sidekick than it is like.
Hey, Austin.
Just saying.
Morgan says Christopher Robin. That's why Winnie the Pooh's the sidekick.
Robin wasn't the main character though.
Well, that's depending on if we're going off the ideology, and I'm not going to be terrible here and say that all of the animals here in Winnie the Pooh are based off of disorders or anything. I'm not going to be like that because Christopher Robin was, what, schizophrenia? So are they even there?
Oh God, let's not even go down that road.
Don't ruin people's childhood.
Yeah, come on.
Just saying it happens.
Yeah.
But back to
Sebastian's
Flounder.
there.
Flounder was the sidekick. Like, if anything, Sebastian was like the. God, like here, if we were comparing it to Winnie the Pooh, Sebastian is basically Rabbit.
The older, much wiser sidekick.
Yeah, essentially.
Sidekick.
Sidekick. Yeah.
Sidekick.
Sidekick. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still sticking with it. I understand where you guys are coming from, but oh well. Number 3, one of the best comic relief sidekicks I've ever seen. Number 3, Sid from Ice Age.
Never got into Ice Age,
Yeah,
honestly.
I've
Seriously,
watched them,
this
but I
was-
wasn't
this
like
movie was hilarious.
I wasn't a huge fan.
Yeah,
This movie was hilarious.
I'm not crazy about it. So you're gonna have to like sell us on this one.
I mean, he is essentially the small-brained sidekick with comic relief that's hilarious, that makes all these dumb decisions that get them into crazy hijinks. Like this is where I'm going with they're in a specific scene where they are going to try to find shelter from the Ice Age. They stumble across a bunch of dodo birds that are obsessed with melons, and they're just collecting melons. And the whole scene of which Sid starts with this is absolutely hilarious. I love it for the fact of the matter that you have a sloth, essentially, like be an important character in an animated film. We never see that. So I thought this was a unique twist. I think it's good.
I mean, the sloth in Zootopia is probably cooler. I'm just throwing that out there.
Haven't seen that one.
Exactly what Austin's trying to do.
You haven't seen Zootopia, dude?
Yeah. No, I have not.
It's actually very good.
Damn,
I'll add
man.
it to the watch list, Austin.
Yeah, how much are you up to at this point? You up to like 7?
This is what happens when we have a friend who's completely uncultured and stuff. I get it.
Yeah.
Number 2, there's 2 of them. I couldn't leave them off this list because they are essentially one of the best sidekicks in the world. 2, Timon and Pumbaa from The Lion King.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was us.
Are you animals?
Could be.
Well,
We're mammals.
we are mammals.
We're
Yeah,
mammals.
so something out there. There's a joke that I'm Timon and Elsass was Pumbaa at one point too. So that works out well.
What was the joke that you guys did for? Was it for the draft? I couldn't remember.
It was something like that, but it was like I'm technically Timon, and it was typecasting by doing that.
Well, it wasn't with these 2. It was with someone. It was with something else. No, it was. Oh, I'll think about it. But I want to say that you and Derek were one person, and then you and Derek were Han Solo, and Josh was Chewbacca.
Yeah, no, that's very accurate on many different levels.
So,
I can't argue it.
I mean, what is more to say with these guys? I mean, what better way to get over the death of someone in your family than just not giving a shit?
Exactly. Do nothing, eat bugs, and live a happy life.
Yeah.
By the way, Morgan in the chat, you've never seen The Flash?
What? I don't know if that's what she was saying.
I was like, okay.
We were talking about Zootopia.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to watch that.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great show.
I'm adding it to the list right now.
How long? I am curious how long that list is actually at
I
this
It's
point.
literally
List that
probably
now.
weeks long at this point. I'm not entirely sure
Just
yet.
think about every episode we've done, and that's probably
That's
the list.
basically it.
That's probably
Okay,
the list,
you have
yeah.
something that you need
Yeah.
to watch. I got you.
And finally, number 1, I think this was possibly the greatest animal sidekick of all time, and I'm sticking with it. And that's Shrek! Donkey.
Can you do the actual, like, how does Shrek say donkey?
Donkey!
There you go.
Yeah, the sloth is Flash.
Okay, gotcha. But
I thought you watched Zootopia. You should have known
I
that.
have only seen it once. I apologize.
Oh, okay.
It's still great. It's still a great movie. But Austin, I completely agree with this, especially because voice actor-wise, it's the best one on this list by far. Hilarious in many different scenes, so I can definitely get with this one.
I mean, just Eddie Murphy in this is fantastic, right? He brings this character to life, and I mean, the only one to have coitus with a mythical creature and then have babies with it.
That's what I was going to say. Why didn't we say that for the animal hybrid combos?
Well, yeah, well, I mean, we gotta be, like, real about the actual...
Thank you.
Yeah, just kind of throwing that out there.
Yeah, like
But
Austin was with that one ranking.
shut the Don't question me on
The
my
one
rank.
great debate.
Yeah.
He went off the train, off the rails.
He goes off the rails a lot. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
You know what it is? When he gets his own spin-off, he immediately wants to be able to just be the...
He just makes his own rules.
Yeah, he wants to be the big shit whenever he wants, yeah.
All right.
Say what I mean?
Order.
No, but
I
think
mean, I have your
Donkey's
gavel,
a
so-
solid number 1. Oh, you do have the gavel.
I do have the gavel, so just throwing it out there.
Oh, you could have fooled me. No one's using it.
Great.
Let's go with repeating. I'll go through the top 10. Toto, Wizard of Oz, Abu, Aladdin. 8, Rufus from Kim Possible. Marty from Madagascar. 6, Salem, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. 5, Hedwig, Harry Potter. 4, Sebastian Little Mermaid. 3, Sid from Ice Age. 2, Timon and Pumbaa from The Lion King. And 1, Donkey from Shrek.
Hedwig should be way lower on this, and I would actually, you know what? I would probably put Hedwig at 9 and then move everyone else behind him up 1. Salem 5.
Are you keeping Toto?
For now, just because I can't figure out anyone else.
I have a couple that
You know what?
I'm curious to see if they would have made the list.
I would put Iago in this one.
Who's that?
Okay.
Iago, the you don't know who Iago is?
I can't think of who it is.
Aladdin, Jafar's like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
The
Iago.
parrot.
Yeah, the parrot, exactly. Yeah,
I
he.
forgot his name.
That's okay. He deserves to be on this list.
I had Scooby-Doo.
He's not a sidekick.
He kind of is.
Shaggy's more the sidekick than anything.
And then he's the sub-sidekick.
Scrappy.
Scrappy is a sidekick. Yes, I will get with you on that one.
Jiminy Cricket from Pinocchio.
That's
Technically be a
yeah. No,
sidekick.
that's not bad. Yeah, I would say Conscience is a sidekick in a weird way. Yeah.
Timmy J says Sam from I Am Legend. That is a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't want to see someone die in my list.
Yeah. Spoiler if you haven't seen it.
Way to go, bud.
I mean, if you haven't seen that movie yet, there's something wrong with you.
What about Doug from Up, the dog?
I would argue Kevin would.
Yeah,
Or Kevin.
Kevin, I would say is more the sidekick in this one. Yeah.
But yes, that was our animal episode of the RankKing's Court, and we will be interested to see where everything goes from here. There might be a time change next week. I'm not entirely sure yet. We have to figure that out. That's on me. So for right now, still be at 6:30 on Tuesday. On Twitch on Wednesday, we have the great thoughts from the movies and their world premieres of stuff. Don't know what Josh is doing or anything this week. We'll have to see. Wednesdays at 8. The flagship show appears once again Tuesday at a new time of 7.
Thursday.
2 beers deep on Thursday. Yep.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Friday, the vault drops at noon on Facebook and YouTube. Sunday, we have the Boondock Bangarang, 10 a.m., along with Beat the Bench, thank you, later in the night. And rounding it out with what we just did last night, Draft Day on Monday, which Idiot Hour has become either Draft Day, Among Us, Dead by Daylight, whatever we can throw in there.
Idiot Hour is just basically like our cornucopia of stuff at this point.
Just whatever you feel like.
Whatever
doing.
we want. We just throw something at the wall and it magically appears.
Yeah. Chip said, "Good job, guys." And we appreciate everyone who watched tonight. Everyone that watches every week and comments along.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't do it without you.
Nope, none whatsoever.
We very much appreciate it. And from that point, this is the Rank King, Bo and Greg, signing off from RankKing's Court. Court is adjourned.
Great American accent, bud.
Court is adjourned.